Hi guys, welcome. Today we are going to be talking about the most essential terrain modeling tools. In Serbia we have a saying that goes something like this. There is no trade without a tool, but not the best of the tools will help you if you don't have a proper knowledge. So my idea about these first videos is going to be just that, to make a basic, so that basically you can start making terrains of your own in no time. I'm gonna do this first video for essential terrain tools, and then the second one is going to be about the most essential materials. Then we'll move on to most essential painting and modeling techniques. And right after that we are going to jump into some big and exciting projects that will really improve and expand our skills. So this first video is going to be about the most essential terrain modeling tools. And terrain modeling is really a wonderful craft, and it will require a lot of creativity and improvisation down the way. So our toolbox is going to have everything from regular household items to heavy-duty power tools and everything in between. We are going to have some really exotic and unusual type of tools that will help us to achieve certain effects, and that's only half of the fun. However, these first tools that I'm going to show you today are really so regular that there is a good chance that you already have them at your home. It is only a matter that you assemble them at one place and know where they are once you start doing your terrain projects. They are extremely essential and you will need them from your day one onwards. I use them in every terrain project that I make, and they really are going to do a lot of work for you. So, without further ado, let me show you your first terrain tools. Okay guys, these are the most important and very core tools that you are going to need in order to start making terrains of your own. As you can see, they're really nothing special, and we are going to talk about them, about each and every one of these elements. Basically all other tools that you are going to get are simply add-ons to these right here. And first and foremost, we have a hot glue gun. We had a couple of times in the studio where we broke this one, and immediately as we broke hot glue gun, the entire production just stopped. It is that important piece of tool for you. You can find it on eBay for really dirt cheap, and you know, the only thing that you need are these glue sticks that go into it, and they just heat up here, and then you get liquid glue on the nozzle that you can use to glue almost any type of material that you are working with. Another very important tip about it is that the glue gets cooled really fast, so you can continue to work on your project almost immediately. For example, if you're using PVA glue, it tends to glue over the period of 6 to 24 hours, and that's why you need to make a lot of breaks. But with this one, you can almost immediately start working. However, be very careful, because nozzle tends to heat up to very high temperatures and you can burn yourself really badly, so be careful about that. Speaking of hazards, next tool are the cutting blades. I have these in a couple of different sizes. First one that I usually use for larger cuts, be it some ruins or natural scenery. This one is the most used by myself, and it is 18mm cut. And always make sure to have reserve blades around, because styrofoam tends to dull the blade very often. Next one is a 9mm blade that is really useful for some hard to reach areas, and I just have one as a reserve blade lying around. Next one are pencils and ruler. These usually go together, although we are going to be doing a lot of cobblestone in the following videos, so make sure to have some of these carpenter's pencils that are wide and very useful for drawing cobblestone. I also like to have some regular pencils lying around as well. And finally, we have here a ruler that is a metal one, and the reason why we use metal rulers in terrain modeling is simply because when you cut with the blade, sometimes it can happen that you cut inside of a ruler and destroy a ruler if it is made out of plastic or wood. So that's why we are using metal rulers. And final and very unusual piece of equipment for you young terrain modelers is this piece of rock and this piece of aluminum foil. And those two are very useful for making different textures in styrofoam, as I'm going to explain in future videos. For now, just find one rock that you like, but also please make sure that you find rock with very nice and rich texture, because that's the most important part of it. And also grab a little piece of aluminum foil, roll it into a ball and leave it aside, because we are going to be doing a lot of texturing with these two. Thank you very much for watching this first video. Please go and get all of these tools, and we are going to be starting making some basic scenery soon. Okay guys, so these are the first tools that you need to get in order to start your terrain projects. Now, there will be some situations where I use some of the tools that are not listed here, and I'm gonna assume that you already have them at your home. I'm talking about tweezers, wire cutters, scissors, stuff like that, that most of the households already have, or that if you don't have them, they're easily available to you. At first, I'm going to try and avoid as much as I can the most expensive tools, or the ones that are really terrain modeling specific tools, such as thermocut wire cutter or a static grass applicator, stuff like that. However, certain effects are only possible with certain types of tools. Remember guys, there is no trade without a tool. And whenever I use some of these tools, I'm going to note that in the video or do a short introduction, and wherever is possible, am going to have an alternative for you if you don't have certain type of tool. Thank you very much for watching this first video guys. I hope you enjoyed it and found it to be useful for you. Next video is going to be about the most essential terrain modeling materials, and I will see you there. Take care.